Hello there, YouTube. It's my first video on my MacBook Pro. Um, I've been watching since before I started even looking at Macs. I've always been interested in computers, and I've when I was littler, ever since I could touch a computer and handle it, I've pretty much done that. I got a computer, an old it run like 95 on it. It was a Tower. It's like it was like a Pentium 2 or something like that. It's ridiculously slow. Just use it for small games. Grew up as a gamer, always playing games on PCs and stuff, but I never really could play any like high-end games. Never could play Halo or Counter-Strike on my computer. I'd always play it at my friend's house who had the sweet computers. I'd gotten computers from like my neighbors, like all the old computers, like the Manila ones, Manila monitors, Manila mice, Manila towers, Manila keyboards, CRT monitors, old CD-ROM drives, not burners, just drives, floppy drives. Old I thought that get this, I thought 30 gigs was like a terabyte. It was a terabyte to me. That's what I thought of it as. I was like, oh man, 30 gigs? Are you kidding me? That's a ton. And more I got into computers as I grew up, I'd always just keep collecting them from all my neighbors and friends that would give me their old computers as they upgraded. And as I got older, obviously I've been fiddling with computers my whole life, so I'd always like to know all this tech stuff. I started looking into Macs, and what started this was at my school we had iBooks for a while, and I remember getting on there and playing with iPhoto, GarageBand, more small ones. Oh, just Safari. Just the web was awesome. Finder. I loved the dock. The dock was the coolest. Not gonna lie. Now I just think of it as just everyday use. It's there. That's what it's there for. And I've never really thought any differently. I've, alright, so cutting all the way from childhood, growing up. Now I'm 16. I get my first job at fast food, making $100 a week, thinking I'm rolling in the cash. I'm like, got so much money. And I'm thinking, well, I got a crappy computer now. I've always been interested in computers. How about buying a new one? And I looked, of course everybody looks at buying all kinds of computers. And the new thing then was laptops. I was like, oh, I'm getting me a cool laptop. And I did. In fact, I still have it. I gave it to my brother because I don't really want, or use it. Voila. Old school. An old school HP Pavilion laptop. And I used it for years. Didn't really game on it. Wasn't powerful enough. All I could really do was internet on there. And maybe some photo editing. That's it. Then I decided, everybody that I know that's an artist has a Mac. They're good with art. That's what they're known for. And I decided it's my turn. So I looked on eBay, and after I had saved up my money for months working at minimum wage, I decided, alright, I'm going to buy this. So I looked on eBay and bought a very used, very broken PowerBook G4. And loved it. Even though it was terrible in Apple's expectations, I still loved it compared to my PC, compared to most PCs I'd used. And of course I installed all the coolest apps on there. I had Halo on there. This G4, so it can't game or anything. And I was like, oh sweet, Halo on my Mac. That's awesome. Had Photoshop and Final Cut. Final Cut was awesome. So is Photoshop. Don't get me wrong, I love Photoshop. Everything's just so quick and everything's so compatible. Like anything. You can plug anything in here and it works. No problems. Windows, you gotta find the driver, you gotta drag it over, you gotta install it. Mac, all you have to do, drag applications, plug in on desktop. That's it, and it's awesome. After that, I actually just recently I sold my PowerBook G4, and now I have my beautiful new MacBook Pro, and it's amazing. And the biggest convincer for me was I was thinking, why should I save up even more money to buy a new computer that will run the same as mine? Is what I thought. Yeah. So I did a lot of research and looked up. Obviously, it has a built-in iSight camera right there. It has amazing graphics. I mean, amazing. Like, PCs are now known as a gaming computer because of them, and that's awesome. Like, it's so easy. I mean, you can always use Windows. Like, of course, everybody has to use Windows for certain programs, and I can't help that. But that's how it is. And so you have to have a backup. And when I found out that Macs can run Windows on them through like Boot Camp and through Leopard, that's when I was sold. I was like, I have to get a new Mac now. So that's when I bought one. I sold my PowerBook G4, added some more money to my pile, and finally bought my MacBook Pro. And I'm loving it. Leopard's amazing. I love all the features built into it. I had Tiger on my old computer, and Leopard's much different and much more amazing. And I do have Boot Camp on here, but it's for my gaming. That's all. I don't use it for anything else. In fact, I will restart my computer just so I can get into Mac to do everything else. I literally restart my computer, go right into Windows just so I can get onto games and play special games that aren't made for Mac. And it still has better performance than a PC. But restarting doesn't really bother me because it's so easy, it's so quick. But if it does bother you, because I know certainly on my older computer it would bother me because it was a lot slower, or if you're just extremely impatient, you can always get Parallels and just run it without even seeing the ugly features of Windows. And that's pretty much my switch, and I've loved it. I don't think I'll ever go back to Mac. I know I've taken a long time to lecture you and talk to you about my Mac, and of course I got the Mac syndrome of being extremely just like proud of my Mac and kind of snobby at times. But I love it, and I don't think I'll ever go back to Windows. And please post more comments. It's my first video, so I'd love tons of comments, tons of debate, and some video responses. Obviously, I responded to doesn't say his name, to this guy's video. But yeah, definitely give me some responses. I'd love a great turnout of responses for my first video. If it does, I'll post more, gladly. Just send me some topics to talk about, and I'll be all over them. Thanks a lot. That's all.